What's going on, guys? Got in this pretty killer piece today, so if you want to check out this unboxing and review, stick around. Here's what the outside of the box looks like. Another large package to add to my ever-growing box collection. It was small enough though they were able to ship it normal mail. Actually some very nice packaging. I'm pleasantly surprised. Usually customs do not package things quite as well, but thick cardboard, nice cushioning, good type of foam, and they even got inserts nicely cut for the bust itself. So let's dig in this more and hopefully no issues. Here it is with the bags off. So far, so good. And here's what you're greeted with on the second layer. Again, pretty nice packaging. You can see it's a pretty thick layer for the first layer, and they got a pretty thick layer here on the second layer, and they're using the good type of foam. Looks like it's just two pieces, the base and the body, but let me take this apart and we'll see. And indeed it was just the base and the body, so just those two pieces in the bottom, but packaged nicely. And here's how the base looks. Just give it a little twist here. Hopefully it's showing up in the camera okay. Bottom doesn't have anything on it. Get it situated up there. Then go grab the body. You can see it's got a nice color to it with the Robocop 2 colors. Really kind of changes colors depending on how the light and the angle that you're looking at. So it's a pretty nice paint job. And I'm going to first put on the helmeted head, which came out. I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but it's actually a really nice option. And there's just a magnet. I mean, it's heavy enough where you really wouldn't have needed the magnet, but it does magnetize in there too. And then I'll just give it a little 360 here to give you guys a look of how it looks with the helmeted head version. And now we'll do the helmet off version. Pretty neat. It doesn't have all the wires yet. That's going to be in the next steps. And just like the helmeted version, it just plops down in there and is also magnetized. So yeah, really simple. Well, at least these parts to put together. And give it another little 360 here on what it looks like with just minus all the metal parts in his head. And here are all the metal parts. There are 7 in total. They're all different. They're actually not made out of metal. These are plastic. They're just painted to look metal. Took me a little bit to figure out where all these wires went, so instead of showing that all in the video and making it super long, I'm just going to show you how it all kind of went. So one piece went inside here and actually slides into the face, and then it clicks on right there. This piece clicks there and onto there. And you got another piece that goes here, also goes inside the face. And then you got one wire that whips all the way around. And then you had another wire here that went into the face, went into this little box here. And then you've got another wire that connects on top, goes down inside the box. And another one that goes in this little metal thing here and goes into the box. So yeah, now I am not a Robocop expert, but just looking at some screenshots, I think that is fairly accurate. You guys in the comments can let me know if it's missing anything. But yeah, with those little wires in there, it looks pretty good. Yeah, let's just dig into a review here. First, we can start with the base. Now, with a lot of these custom pieces, the base is an afterthought. So I do appreciate that they did put a little bit of thought and design into it. Now, I don't think it's at the level of what you would see from McQueen Studios, but it's not, some of these customs don't have a base at all, or it's just like really plain Jane. So it is good that they did something here. Now you can see there's a huge emblem on here, and I can tell it's a separate piece, but it feels to me, unless that is one super strong magnet, that it's somehow attached in there. So would have been nice if they would have magnetized that and gave you the option whether or not you wanted to display it with the nameplate. One complaint I do have with the base is it's fairly large. I think I measured it, it's around 20 inches. And I understand why they did it, give it a nice solid base. So, you know, there's no way this thing's gonna tip over or whatnot. But since they made the base so wide, I think what they really should have done is actually included the shoulders on each side. And I think that would have looked a lot better. And it would have just gave this a little more presence too. So, just giving this part of Robocop, I would have preferred the base being a little smaller instead of as wide as it is. And yeah, they should have added some shoulders to make it this wide. But I also understand why they did it. It's super stable, so there's no fear of this thing tipping over or whatnot. And here is the armor. Again, I am not an expert on Robocop, but to me it looks like it's done pretty well. And the paint job itself looks really nice. Now, this is the bluish tint armor that you saw on Robocop 2. Robocop 1, he had more of a silver suit. I think what I read at least is they wanted actually all his suits to have this blue tint, and they ran into something with production on the first movie that they dropped the idea and they ended up going with the silver. But yeah, I don't know how much the camera is really picking it up, but it does have this kind of definitely has a bluish tint to it. And it's like a resin material. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Again, you guys put in the comments if there was anything obvious kind of missing on the suit. But from my untrained eye, it looks pretty good. And Robocop's head himself. Now this is made from silicone. For you guys that aren't familiar with silicone, it's actually feels like the real thing. It's not that I touch my silicone much, but it actually looks and feels like it's the real deal. Well, it looks the real deal if it's painted correctly. And I think this one does have a pretty nice paint job to it. And the design, I think, is super cool. Robocop's this kind of half human, half machine. I would imagine it's challenging to actually build something like this. You kind of see where the silicone ends, and well, I'm not quite sure how they attached it, but sure it's not that easy of a task. I say the skin tones look really good. It's maybe just slightly a step below that really good Tony Stark Iron Man that I've got, and that new Queen Studios T2, but it's pretty darn good. And if we get in closer here, you can see they put in a little bit of stubble. It's almost like when you shave and you just kind of miss a few spots. Actually, let me stop this and get my light so I can kind of shine in so you guys can see the eyes better. All right, let's have a good look at the eyes here. So he had some piercing blue eyes, so he definitely has very blue eyes. I think you know, the blueness of the eyes matches pretty well. But the pupil itself, it's missing a little bit of the depth that you see in those very top quality eyes. Let me see. Let me go over here and kind of show what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can look on this T1000 and you can see like all that detail that's in the pupil. And you're missing some of that detail in this eye. It looks good, so it's good quality, it's just not very top of the line. So I do wish they would have upped the quality just a little bit better, but it actually does still look good. And a lot of times I see with eyes that aren't the very top quality, the white around the eyes looks a little too bright, but I think that's colored nicely. So they look good. They just could be a touch better. You can see that they put various veining in here. Very nice touch. Actually see the bullet. Turn them a little bit more towards the light. The veining that you see in there. Yeah, definitely looks real. Now, as far as the actor's likeness, I wouldn't say that they 100% nailed it. I think it's probably more 85, 90, but Inner Studios had a really good price on this shipped. So for the money that this was, I am definitely happy for what you're getting, especially with that extra head over there, which is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. And I'll swap that out towards the end of the review, and you can check it out to see what it looks like with that head. Yeah, you can just see all the robotic detail that they got on here. Very nice. And again, it's a very nice paint job. Now, in the actual movie, this is a machine, so this is like a little dirtier, grungier. wish I had a painter local to me I can just take this to and just give it the wear and tear. Right now he looks like he's new out of the factory, but it would be nice to give him a little paint job to make him look like he's been in commission for a little while. So let me swap out the heads and let you guys look what it looks like with the other head. And here's the head with the helmet on. I'll have to say, it looks pretty dang good. I mean, it's kind of a shame that I kind of want to display it this way, but how can you not display it with the helmet off with all that detail that you get with the other head? But it's pretty nicely done, just like the full face one. This is also made from silicone. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but there are also a little bit of stubble. Kind of hard to see in the shadows there. Again, not a whole lot, just like missed a few spots shaving. But it looks very realistic. I think the helmet looks nice too. Nice looking paint job on it. It's got the OCP Police 001 on one side. Well, I guess on both sides. So yeah, very nice. I'm definitely, it's nicer than, I mean, I really bought this for the helmet off. Display, and I wasn't really thinking much. I wasn't even sure if I was going to display this, but it's actually done pretty nicely. So I am definitely going to display this next to the bust itself. And who knows, maybe every once in a while, switch it out. It's pretty easy to do. Just magnetizes on there. I don't know, what do you guys think? Helmet on, helmet off? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching. Until next time. Hey guys, I appreciate you watching another video. I'm a huge fan of home theater and these movie replica props. I'm going to put out a couple of videos each week in those areas. And if you're a huge fan like I am, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.